Hello everyone, welcome to Play Guitar and Enjoy. Thanks for visiting my channel, and if you have liked my version of the song and if you want to learn it, then you can continue watching the video, and from here I am going to teach you exactly the how I played the fingerstyle version of the song I Love You 3000 by Stephanie Poetri. So let's start. To play this song, make sure your guitar is in standard tuning and all you need is a capo on the 3rd fret. Okay, so let's start. The starting of the song sounds like this. Okay, so the 5th fret of the 1st string, 8th fret of the 2nd string, 6th fret of the 2nd string, 5th fret of the 2nd string. So then you do a pull up from 7 to 5. So, and the only thing you need to do is that you will do a palm muting. So put your palm over the strings and make sure that every string is muted. So this is without palm muting and this is with palm muting. Okay, and then we start with the verse of the song. Okay, so we start with the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7th fret of the 3rd string and 8th fret of the 4th string. Pick the both strings simultaneously. So I prefer to use the ring finger to pick the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and pinky I put that on the 8th fret of the 4th string. So pick the both strings simultaneously. Then 5th fret of the 2nd string, 6th fret of the 2nd string, 8th fret of the 2nd string. Then you do a slide from 8th to 10th. So till now you get again. Then again you will play this. Now you prefer to use the 7th fret of the 3rd string with the help of your index and the 8th fret of the 4th string with the help of your middle finger. So till now you get this one. Okay, and the next part, it is very similar to the last one. So using the 7th fret of the 3rd string and 8th fret of the 4th string, pick the both strings simultaneously. As I told you earlier, you can use the ring finger, that is 7th fret of the 3rd string, and you can put the pinky on the 8th fret of the 4th string. Okay, then 5th fret of the 2nd string, 6th fret of the 2nd string, then 8th fret of the 2nd string. So till this much it was same as the last one, and instead of doing this we have to do this one. Okay, so you're doing a slide from 8th to 10th on the 2nd string, then again you have to do a slide back from 10 to 8. So okay, so let's see from the first what we get till now. Okay, then so we start with the 7th fret of the 3rd string and the 8th fret of the 4th string. Pick the both strings together. Then 9th fret of the 3rd string. So then 6th fret of the 2nd string, 8th fret of the 2nd string. Then you do a slide from 8th to 10th on the 2nd string. Then you will pick the 7th fret of the third string and 8th fret of the fourth string together. So till now what you get? So let's see from the first what we get. Then we need to learn this. I'm using my index to put a bar on the first two strings on the 7th fret. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So sorry, this is the 6th fret of the first string and the second string. Put a bar with the help of your index, and with the help of your pinky you can pick the 8th fret of the first string. Play the two notes, then you pick 6th fret of the first string, 5th fret of the first string, like this. Okay, then so what is going on here? With the help of your index you pick the 8th fret of the second string, and with the help of your middle finger you pick the 9th fret of the third string, and you do a hammer on to the 10th fret of the both strings. So this is a double stop, like this. The first two fingers are here like this, and with the help of your other two fingers you just do a hammer on, like this. Okay, so let's see the entire thing from the first, what we get. Okay, then the only thing you need to do is, after this one you're going to repeat exactly the same till this much. Till this much you have to repeat, and now the another part comes. So I'm using my index to play the first fret of the second string, and using my pinky to pick the third fret of the first string. Okay, and I pick the two notes simultaneously. You pick the two notes together, then you pick third fret of the first string two times, so like this. Then first fret of the first string, so then now you pick with the help of your pinky the first fret of the third fret of the first string, and with the help of your ring finger you pick the third fret of the fifth string together. So then first fret of the first string, so okay. Then you do a slide from 3 to 5 on the first string, then okay, you do a slide from 3 to 5 on the second string, then you do a slide back at the same time. Okay, I'm not picking the string twice, I'm just picking the string once and doing slide down and slide up. Okay, then you pick 5th fret of the 5th string, so now comes this part. So with the help of my index finger, I am picking the second fret of the third string, and I am putting the the middle finger on the third fret of the fifth string, and the ring finger I prefer to use that on the third fret of the fourth string. So like this, you pick the 3 strings at a time, then second fret of the third string, then you do a pull up from 5 to 2 on the third string. So then you pick 5th fret of the fourth string. So like this, and again you are going to do the same. So 3 3 on the 5th string and the 4th string along with the second fret of the third string together, then second fret of the third string, pull up from 5 to 2, so, and then you do a pull up from 2 to open on the third string. So the first one was this, and the second one is and the next part. Okay, so 5th fret of the third string and picking that with my index finger and using my ring finger to pick the 7th fret of the 4th string, and along with that I am going to do a hammer on from 5 to 7th on the third string. What you are going to do is you are going to do a hammer on with the help of your pinky like this on the third string, that is you do a hammer on from 5 to 7th, and along with that you are going to pick the bow string simultaneously. Then you pick 5th fret of the third string again, 7th fret of the fourth string, pick that again. So like this. Then you pick 7th fret of the 4th string and the 8th fret of the 5th string together. So, and again you are going to repeat the same. So this part you are going to repeat twice. And again. So let's see how this part sounds like. Then comes the chorus of the song. So it sounds like this. Third fret of the second string. Then you pick the 3 and 3 of the second string and third string together. Then pick 5th fret of the second string. So then you do a slide like this. You put the ring finger on the 5th fret of the third string and you use your pinky to pick the 5th fret of the second string. Okay, and as soon as you pick the bow string simultaneously, you are going to do a slide from 5 to 6th on the second string. So like this. Okay, then 8th fret of the second string. So then 10th and 10th of the second string and the third string, pick the bow strings together. So I am putting a bar on these two strings. Then you pick 8th fret of the first string. So Again, so you do a pull off from 10 to 8 on the second string. Then with the help of your index finger, you pick the 8th fret of the second string, and with the help of your middle finger, you pick the 10th fret of the 4th string together. So then 9th fret of the 3rd string, 10th fret of the 4th string, then 8th fret of the 2nd string. So again, then 5th fret of the 3rd string and the 7th fret of the 4th string, pick the both strings simultaneously. Then you do a slide from 7th to 9th on the 3rd string. So then you pick the 9th fret of the 3rd string and the 10th fret of the 4th string. So then you pick the bass note, that is the 8th fret of the top string. So I am picking that with my thumb. Okay. The 6th fret of the 2nd string. So then you pick the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Then you put a bar with the help of your index, the 3rd fret of the 1st string and the 2nd string together, and you do a hammer on from 3 to 5 on the 1st string. So again you pick the 5th fret of the 1st string. So sorry. Then you pick the 5th fret of the 5th string. So let's see from the first how this chorus sounds like. And the next part. You pick the 7th fret of the 3rd string with the help of your ring finger, and with the help of your ring finger you pick the 7th fret of the 3rd string again along with the 8th fret of the 4th string. So then you pick 5th fret of the 2nd string, 6th fret of the 2nd string, 8th fret of the 2nd string. So then you do a slide from 8th to 10th on the 2nd string. So then you pick the 8th fret of the 1st string, then you do a pull off from 10 to 8 on the 1st string. Then you will play this chord. So 8th fret of the 2nd string, play that with the index finger. You put the middle finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and with the help of your ring finger you 10th fret of the 4th string. Placing this chord, you just do a down strum on this particular notes. Okay. So you get then so 5th fret of the 3rd string, then you pick the 5th fret of the 3rd string and the 7th fret of the 4th string together. So then you do a slide from 7 to 9th on the 3rd string. So then you pick the 9th fret of the 3rd string and the 10th fret of the 4th string together. So then 6th fret of the 2nd string, 8th fret of the 2nd string. So hammer on from 5 to 6th on the 2nd string, then you do a pull off from 6 to 5, slide from 5 to 3. So like this. And the next part, so hammer on from 5 to 7th on the 3rd string, then you do a slide back from 5 to 3 on the 2nd string. So okay, then we start with the main verse of the song. So that is the percussive part. We are playing the verse exactly the same, just we are adding percussion on it. So to play this, you put your ring finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string and put your pinky on the 8th fret of the 4th string. Then 5th fret of the 2nd string with the help of your index. So then you pick the 6th fret of the 2nd string with the help of your middle finger, and along with that what you are going to do is you are going to do a slap and strum. So like this. And while strumming you might hit the other string as well, but that's okay, no problem. But try mainly to hit that string which I tell you. Like this. Then you pick 8th fret of the 2nd string. Then you do a slide from 8 to 10th on the 2nd string. So then you pick the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and along with that you are going to do a slap and strum. So slap on the upper strings and strum is mainly on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Okay, like this. So then you do the same, that is 7th fret of the 3rd string and the 8th fret of the 4th string, pick the both strings together. 5th fret of the 2nd string, then you pick the 6th fret of the 2nd string, and along with that you are going to do a slap and strum. So slap on the upper strings and strum is on the 2nd string. So then 8th fret of the 2nd string, then you do a slide from 8 to 10th, then you do a slide again, a slide back from 10 to 8 on the 2nd string. So and again you need to do a slap and strum. So slap on the upper strings and strum is mainly on the second string where you are holding the note that is 8th fret of the second string. So let's see what we get from the first. And the next part. So 7th fret of the third string, 8th fret of the fourth string, pick the both strings together, 9th fret of the third string, and now you need to do a slap and strum. So slap on the upper strings on the bass note and strum is mainly on the second string where you will hold the 6th fret of the second string. So like this. Then 8th fret of the second string, then you do a slide from 8th to 10th on the second string, then you will pick the 7th fret of the third string, and now you are going to do a slap and strum again on that note. So like this. So let's see from the first what we get. And now, so 6th fret of the second string and 8th fret of the first string, pick the both strings together, then you do a slap and strum. So slap on the upper strings and strum should be mainly on the first string, okay, where you're holding the 6th fret. So like this. Now you pick the 5th fret of the first string. So then 8th fret of the second string and 9th fret of the third string, and you do a hammer on the 10th fret of the both strings, and then you do a slap and strum. So slap on the upper string and strum should be on the second string where you're holding the 10th fret, okay, like this. So let's see from the first. Again. And now the thing you need to do is you will repeat this again up to this much. And now first fret of the second string and the 3rd fret of the first string, pick the both strings together like this. Then 3rd fret of the first string, then you will do a slap and strum. So slap on the bass notes and the strum should be on the first string where you're holding the 3rd fret of the first string. So like this. Then you pick the first fret of the first string. So okay. Then you pick the 3rd fret of the first string and the 3rd fret of the 5th string together. So like this. Now you pick the first fret of the first string. So then you do a slide from 3 to 5 on the first string, and along with that you need to do a slap and strum. So slap, you do a slap, and strum should be on the first string where you're doing a slide from 3 to 5. So again, then so you do a slide from 3 to 5 on the second string. Again you do a slide back like this. Then you pick the 5th fret of the 5th string, and now you do a slap and mute like this. Okay, that completes the main verse of the song. So let's see from the first. And the chorus of the song. So you have already learned this. If you remember, you have already learned this, and the only thing you need to do is you have to do a slap and mute after playing each note, after playing the each line. Okay, play it once. What you have to do, it will make you clear. And now we repeat the chorus of the song. So that you have already learned, that is this. Let me play it once. And now you will repeat the main verse of the song. Okay, this much you have to repeat. And now instead of playing this, you will straight jump to the pre-chorus of the song. So that sounds like this. You do a slide from 3 to 5 on the first string, and you do a pull up from 5 to 3. So now you do a slap and strum. So slap on the upper strings and strum should be mainly on the second string, and while doing that you have to do a pull up from 6 to 3 on the second string. So this is the 1 2 3 4 5 6, yeah, 6th fret. You will do a pull up from 6 to 3 like this. So okay, then you will pick the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So then you do a slide from 5 to 7th on the 3rd string. So then you do a slap and strum, sorry, the slap and mute you can do, and you will plug this 7th fret of the 3rd string and 8th fret of the 4th string together. So okay, now so 5th fret of the 1st string, 5th fret of the 1st string. Now you put the 5th fret with the help of your index finger on the 1st string, and with your middle finger you put that on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. and now you do hammer on from 5 to 8 on the first string. So then you pick the 5th fret of the first string. So and now you pick the 8th fret of the second string and 8th fret of the fourth string together. So and now again you will do slap and mute. So and now you pick these two notes again, that is 8 and 8 of the second string and the fourth string together. So now we are going to repeat exactly the same twice. You are going to repeat this again. So let's see after repeating what we get. And now you will play this. So 7th fret of the third string and the 8th fret of the fourth string, pick the both strings together. 5th fret of the second string, 6th fret of the second string, 8th fret of the second string, 10th fret of the second string. So then 7th fret of the third string and the 4th fret of the 8th fret of the fourth string together. So then 6th fret of the second string and 8th fret of the first string, pick the both strings together. Then 6th fret of the first string, 5th fret of the first string. So then this you have already learned. 8th fret of the second string and the 9th fret of the third string, and you do a hammer on with your two fingers on the 10 and 10 of the second string and the third string. So and so the next part is this. So 3rd fret of the first string and 1st fret of the second string, pick the both strings simultaneously. Then 3rd fret of the first string 2 times, 1st fret of the first string. So then 3 and 3 of the first string and the third string, 3 and 3 on the first string and the 5th string together. So then 1st fret of the first string. So okay. So after this so 8th fret of the first string and the 6th fret of the second string, pick the both strings together. 6th fret of the first string, 10th fret of the second string. Then you pick 8 and 8 of the second string and the fourth string together, and you do a hammer on to 8 to 10th of the second string. So again, let's see from the first what we get, what we have learned so far. And now we need to learn this part. So 5th fret of the first string and 6th fret of the second string together. So I would suggest you to use your ring finger to put that on the 5th fret of the first string and use your pinky to pick the 6th fret of the second string together. Then 3rd fret of the first string. So now you will do a slap and strum. So slap on the upper strings and strum should be on the first string where you're holding the 3rd fret. Okay. Then you do a hammer on from 3 to 5 on the first string. Then again you pick the 5th fret of the first string. So then again you do a slap and strum. So strum should be on the first string where you're holding the 5th fret and slap on the upper string. So till now what you get? Then you have already learned this part. So till now what you get? And now so you pick 10th fret of the first string. I am picking that with my ring finger and using my index to pick the 8th fret of the 5th string. Now you pick the 8th fret of the first string. So then 11th fret of the second string. So then 10th fret of the second string. Then you do a slap and strum. So slap on the upper strings and strum should be on the second string where you're holding the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th fret. Okay. Then 8th fret of the second string. So then now you do a slide from 6 to 8 on the second string. So then you hold this chord. So 8th fret with the help of your index, the 9th fret of the 3rd string with the help of your middle, and the 10th fret of the 4th string with the help of your ring finger. So you pick the 3 strings at a time and now you do hammer on with the help of your pinky on the 10th fret of the second string. So then you do a slap and mute like this, and now you play this chord. So my middle finger is on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th fret of the 3rd string. My ring finger is on the 10th fret of the 4th string and my pinky is on the 10th fret of the second string. So okay. So let's see this part how it sounds like, the pre-chorus part. Then you will repeat this part. After repeating this 2 times, then you will end the arrangement playing this. Okay, this you have already learned.